Minors should not be allowed to get tattoos. Have you ever swore that you would love something forever and then eventually change your mind about it and want the next newest thing? Well, some of the greatest regrets are the tattoos people choose to cover their bodies. Whatever it is, the commitment is forever. Whether it is a name or a symbol or a band or a quote, we are ever changing and always growing and constantly evolving. As a minor, you are still learning about yourself and haven't been exposed to the wonders of the world just yet. It is a time when you deceivingly think you know yourself, but only after the years progress further, you realize it was a time when you knew the least about yourself. Making a decision to place a piece of permanent artwork on your body at an age when you are still figuring yourself out may lead to regret. So many people regret the tattoos they choose to get on their bodies when they were younger. Minors should just wait before permanently inking their bodies. Today I'd like to tell you that the tattoos you choose when you're a minor might not stand the test of time. I'd also like to tell you that the lack of life experience will affect your decision on what tattoo you're going to pick. Lack of money also causes a limited number of choices of tattoo artists and tattoo designs. Also, you have to know about keloids, what they are and what they look like. Keloids are permanent and look worse than a tattoo. It's an extreme clumping of scar tissue on your skin, and there is nothing you can do about a keloid. I have an example of what a keloid looks like. Right there. It's not attractive. It's scarring. And there's nothing you can do about that. Also, I'd like to talk to you about the cost of laser tattoo removal in comparison to the cost of a tattoo. It's exponential. The difference is exponential. Let's say a tattoo that is the size of a hand, right here, let's say it's about $200, a one-time payment of $200. Well, laser tattoo removal is from $200 to $500 per visit. And it takes more than one visit to remove a tattoo. In fact, you have to go in multiple times and it's very painful. You are essentially burning the ink off. Moreover, even through all the pain you endure, laser tattoo removal doesn't remove the tattoo completely. It only diminishes it. And then this takes us right back to keloids. If it didn't happen during your tattoo, it could happen during the laser tattoo removal because of how aggressive laser tattoo removal is. The different infections and risks are something to talk about too. You're exposed to it, especially if it's done without parental knowledge, parental consent, or parental supervision. First, are the tools sterile? Is the artist licensed? Is the establishment legitimate? Also, to name a few risks of infections, there's hepatitis B, there's hepatitis C, there's staph infections, and tuberculosis. Another thing to talk about is having an awkwardly placed tattoo or an inappropriate tattoo, an inappropriate design might inhibit your potential for desirable employment in the future. Let's face it, as a minor, you only think about the good, not the bad and not the ugly. Today, we'll talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Tattoos are cool. Just wait a while before you get them. I'll begin by telling you about the reasons why you should wait. Number one is almost everyone I know doesn't like their first tattoo. And their first tattoo was chosen when they were not necessarily a minor, but they were younger. Tattoos are permanent. Our likes and our dislikes are not permanent. Waiting a little longer until you settle into who you are won't hurt. In fact, Waiting will make all the difference. You will have more of a feel for who you are. You'll have a little more exposure to the world beyond living in your parents' house, and you'll have more money to choose the best tattoo artist out there. So you have a band that you worship, or a quote that you swear you're going to live by, or you think cheetahs are cool. You're 15 years old, you have some Christmas money, and you get whatever it is tattooed on your body. 6 months pass, and that band you loved broke up. Or the letters YOLO is no longer the fad. Or you saw Kung Fu Panda and love pandas more than cheetahs. But you have a cheetah tattooed on your back. Personal statements chosen as a minor may not carry over into adulthood. Tattoo artists themselves warn that inked art on still developing bodies can change for the worse over time as skin stretches. The wrong message coupled with bad placement might inhibit future career opportunities. You could be branding yourself emotionally and physically with the wrong tattoo. There's a huge difference in who we were when we were minors compared to who we become as adults. Do not do anything to inhibit that path. The problem is more prevalent now with the rise in popularity and growing acceptance of tattoos. According to a ballot on cafemom.com, 15% of moms say they'd allow their teens to get a tattoo, while 30% say they're either uncertain or are open to the idea, depending on a teenager's age. Each individual that finds themselves in this predicament is affected. The ramifications are bigger than just cosmetics. Having a silly tattoo that you regret affects how you see yourself and how you think others see you. I'm sure you understand the many valid reasons to wait until you're older to get a tattoo. I'm sure that you agree with me. We change our minds. Let's not get stuck with something we will outgrow. When you've decided you want a tattoo, here's what you can do. Talk with your parents about your decision. Show them the designs you're interested in. Listen to what they say. Your parents, especially your mom, will not lead you astray. Get a temporary tattoo. Buy a tattoo artist. Live with it temporarily. This will at least give you the experience of having a drawing on your body. You can see how you like it. Do your research on everything, including the different risks of infections with which you make yourself susceptible. Select a design, select a tattoo artist, get a temporary tattoo. Taking these extra precautions won't hurt. You'll be happy that you took these extra steps in ensuring to assist in helping you make a choice that will outlive even you. Now let's look at what may happen if you choose to get one just because you can't wait. You may end up with a misspelled word because you have to sneak behind your parents' back and go to a shady establishment with the little money you have and then be permanently inked with art that is too embarrassing to show off. You'll be happier with your older version's choices. Trust the person you're gonna become. You'll be stuck with a tattoo you regret if you don't. As you can easily see, there are more reasons to wait on getting a tattoo than there are to just go ahead and get it. I've listed many reasons varying from the cosmetic aspect to the different health risks and further on to future employment opportunities. It's easy to see that if it's something you really like, then waiting a couple of years shouldn't matter. Then, when the time comes around that you're ready to get the tattoo and you find that you don't even want it anymore, well, you just did yourself a favor. If you find that you still want it, well, That's also a plus because you have just proven to yourself that your interests stood the test of time. Exercising patience won't hurt. Just remember, you can always get the tattoo. What's difficult is getting rid of it. I'm going to leave you with this to think about. A 2008 Harris poll found that the biggest reason people cited for regretting their tattoos was that they were too young at the time they got one. That the tattoo removal can be very long, often very expensive and painful process.